Ryan Brown from J. Ryan Brown Law. Today we're going to talk about withdrawing guilty pleas. It is something that I get called about quite a bit, and it is something that is exceptionally difficult to do successfully, okay? Especially, I usually get these calls a long time after the plea. So what I'm talking about here is I'll get a phone call that says, hey, a loved one of mine or myself entered a guilty plea, and now they want to withdraw their plea. You know, for some reason, it wasn't what they thought, okay? And it's challenging. The first of all, to successfully withdraw a plea, you've got to file a motion to withdraw your guilty plea within the same term of court that the plea was entered in, okay? Terms of court vary from county to county and court to court. So Coweta County State Court, Coweta County Superior Court could have different terms. Same goes for Fulton, DeKalb, Cobb, Fayette, Carroll, wherever. So the motion withdrawal is going to be filed within the same term of court. And then in order to convince the judge that you should be allowed to withdraw your guilty plea and go back to a status of not convicted, innocent, have the same status you were in before you entered your plea, you've got to show the judge that you should be allowed to withdraw your plea, or else you are going to suffer a manifest injustice, okay? And that is lawyer talk for the most part, but regardless, it is a incredibly high burden, okay? Oftentimes, you're going to have been deceived by your attorney, or really not advised of something incredibly material before you entered your plea in order to prove that, okay? It's very difficult to prove that withdrawing your plea is manifestly is required to avoid a manifest injustice. And the reason it's so hard is when you enter a plea, the judge goes through a litany of questions with you, okay? As well as maybe in some courts the prosecutor asks them, in some courts the judge asks them. It varies from court to court, judge to judge, but those are many of the things that are so important. And when you're entering a plea, the court reporter is in the corner either typing down what's going on or speaking into a mouthpiece that records the audio, and that is usually what prosecutors use to object to you withdrawing your plea. They will say, Judge, no, he did understand he was giving up his right to a trial because look at this transcript where you asked him. Now, the problem is when the judge is asking all these questions, it's fast, you don't have time to think, etc. The reason I say that that's important is you need to talk to your lawyer about all the consequences of your plea before you ever enter it, right? Sometimes people get a sweet deal, straight, 12 months of probation, right? And they want to go enter that plea and move on with their lives, but they may not realize the consequences, right? For instance, a misdemeanor domestic violence conviction can prevent you from being able to own a firearm, right? A lot of people don't know that. They think that only felony convictions would prevent you from owning a firearm. And maybe you don't know that. So you need to talk about all of the consequences of your plea with your attorney first because, and I say this just to be honest, it is exceptionally hard to withdraw a guilty plea after the plea is accepted and you are sentenced. It is very difficult, and that's why it's so important to know about your plea beforehand. So if you have any questions about a plea you're considering, please give us a call or text us at 470-635-1725. That's 470-635-1725.